Morning guys, how you guys doing, man? It's Renal Colleagues back with another video. And my SummerSlam video, I was in Boston, so I didn't get to watch it live, which is unfortunate, but still enjoyed the pay-per-view nonetheless. So, first match I want to talk about is The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler, and that match was great. It was right from the jump, great quick action, great highlight moves, and great aggression. Like, they just went in there and just right for the jump, show urgency that they want that Intercontinental Championship, and they brought so much value to it as well. And the Miz was great from his role in the match, and Ziggler was great. And then on top of that, the end was really what got him better, and the fact that Ziggler did kick out of the Skull Crusher finale with Ziggler injured. It did look like it was going to be over, but surprisingly he kicked out. So with Ziggler getting the win, it was a surprise. It felt rushed because I didn't think Ziggler was going to win. I didn't expect that at all. But it turned out great at the end, so I'm glad to see that. Next match we had is AJ versus Paige. Similar match between Miz and Ziggler, but I enjoyed every minute of it. The part where AJ pulled Paige's hair out did display some aggression between AJ and Paige, and it delivered more of that. It it upplayed the match, and it upplayed more urgency and more fight and more aggression, more anger to relieve, and I thought that was a complete phenomenal in this part. The end where AJ nailed the Black Widow and Paige countered it into the Rampage, I thought that was all in all very awesome. It was very spiced up because Paige, because Paige, Paige can just distribute tons of surprises like they did, but sorry, I fumbled a little bit, but yeah. Paige, nailed a huge surprising end to become the new Divas champion. I didn't expect that either. That was another surprise which kind of shocked me. So, yeah, I thought it was great all in all. So for that, I can't wait to see how the title run is gonna go. I feel like both of them gonna have short reigns. It's not gonna be long anymore, but whoever comes out at the end, I'm intrigued about that. So, has to be AJ coming out at the end. So, with Paige playing that irritating heel, playing that weird heel. So, I have to say AJ hopefully gets the title back. But Paige, I think, is going to have a good run. So, I can't wait to see that. Next match we have was, what is it? Oh, yeah. No, I don't think it was. Oh, yeah, Rusev versus Jack Swagger in a flag match. Oh my gosh, that match was really great. Rusev playing the ankle. I like how the match was played. Jack Swagger almost beat Rusev, but unfortunately couldn't get the job done, which is hard to believe. And then Jack Swagger passed out from the accolade. So he did display a great ton of fight, but at the end, Rusev came out victorious, and Swagger passed out. So referee had to call for the bell, which is a tough thing to do, but eventually, at the end of the day, the flag came down. They played the national anthem, and Swagger and Seb Coulter got knocked out by Rusev. So I gotta say, where do they go with this? Because hopefully Swagger can beat Rusev, and it doesn't end up being a sweep. So I really don't want that to happen. I really want Swagger to win because Rusev is not currently holding a title. So it would be quite unnecessary to say the least. So that's what I gotta say to that. So. Anyway, great match, great aggression, and great fight from Swagger, almost beating Rusev with the Patriot Lock, and he does continue to look like a threat, and this is just going to be the biggest challenge for Rusev. Hopefully it's not just about Rusev overcoming the odds, because Swagger and Rusev is kind of the best thing for Rusev right now, if they were to end the feud and make him go a different direction, but hopefully that doesn't happen too soon yet, until hopefully Swagger gets a win. So I was hoping Swagger wins to get the 1-on-1 even, but fortunately, that didn't happen. So, next match we have was next match. I think it was Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella. Something I really want to anticipate talking about because, for the most part, it was all in all, the ending was kind of weird for me. Nikki Bella ends up turning on her own sister, and the reason is kind of still has to be dug up yet until Monday Night Raw to figure out why she did what she did. She even confirmed that on her Twitter account, or on her and her sister's Twitter account. So I don't know. The talk is kind of very big, but not super big. Stephanie McMahon ends up victorious from that, and yeah, from there it turns out she did get the victory. So one thing I could say to that is it's hard to believe that Stephanie McMahon actually won. But either way, she's going to gain something from this feud. You know, she feel like she is very bulletproof. So, from the loss, but in the ring, she turned out to be fantastic. With Triple H probably training her and her being in shape, so I shouldn't be surprised that, you know, she was able to display some in-ring action, which I thought was great. And the fact that she displayed some good signature moves, DDT and other stuff, I thought it was pretty phenomenal, to say the least. So, Stephanie McMahon, kudos to her for displaying some great in-ring action. And then for Brie Bella, she did a good job selling those moves from Stephanie McMahon and her delivering herself. So, she's grown on me a whole lot ever since her face turn. And her being married to Daniel Bryan, she's been growing on me a lot. So, I can't wait to see where it comes from there. But yeah, other than that, I kind of knew that was going to happen, so it was no real shock to me. I was just shocked that it even happened. So I was like, I knew that was going to happen. But the commentators, unfortunately, they have to play it off like they didn't know that was going to happen, because apparently that's their job. So that's what I say to the least. So hopefully they do something really interesting. Hopefully Stephanie McMahon playing mind games and not just a direct Brie and Nikki Bella feud. I don't want that to happen, but if it did, hopefully it doesn't end up like Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, where Seth Rollins optionally chose betrayal, but the betrayal was very good because he said he took the Shield to the top, so he decided to evolve from there. So it was great. I mean, I can understand they don't want to tread water, but who knows what happens from there. So that's what I got to say to that. Next match we have was Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. I think I got the order wrong. Yeah. Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. The match was good, but it was still bland. You know, it felt like a bland match because, you know, nobody seemed really interested in Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. But the win from Bray Wyatt really helped him gain a lot more. The fact that he did win the war and won him in a clean one-on-one match did strengthen him more as a solo competitor, a single competitor, and hopefully as a future main eventer. Because this guy does have a character, and this guy does have great in-ring work. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes far in his career as Bray Wyatt, because he doesn't need a different character. That's what I gotta say to that. So, kudos to Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho. Putting on a fair match, so I wouldn't say it was excellent, but it was good for how it went out. Next match, Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. Even though it didn't turn out to be an immediate brawl, they did tore each other up. Like, it wasn't slow, it wasn't technical, it was just still a brawl match. They still went to beat the crap out of each other, even though it didn't happen immediately. But the psychology of the match was still there, and the fact that they did slam each other in poles and whatnot, Roman Reigns did get his revenge at the end. It was great. With Roman Reigns Randy Orton catching Roman Reigns with the spear into the scoop slam was quietly great. And on top of that, Roman Reigns nailing his Superman punch, and then Orton almost nailing the punt, and Roman Reigns countering into the spear. It was all in all great. So it was excellent to watch, and I felt it did display. I felt like it did display some aggression, even though they didn't interact the last two Raws fully. But Roman Reigns seemed like he did show some response from what Randy Orton did, beating down Roman Reigns. So I thought it was all in all great. Next match we have was the final match, actually, in the main event, was John Cena and Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar delivered a restaurant quality beatdown. So for all the Cena hating fans, they probably enjoyed every single minute of it. And for me, I was hoping John Cena did display some fight, because he did. He did the never give up motto. But in all, it kind of failed. He was the underdog in this match, but The underdog didn't come on top; it stayed under, and Brock Lesnar nailed a huge victory. So, one thing I could say to that, I thought it was a fair match. The match wasn't as spectacular, but it did display what Brock Lesnar is and who he is. He didn't nail the Kimura lock whatsoever, which I was kind of was hoping for, but glad that didn't happen because it looked like John Cena was going to come back and fight another day. John Cena did show some fight, which was great, and try to come on top, but Brock Lesnar just took the title, and he's now the new champion. So he ended up victorious at the end. John Cena did almost overcome Brock Lesnar, but unfortunately fell short in major ways, and Brock Lesnar just still looked like it had no effect. So he was completely phenomenal. So Brock Lesnar nailing another F5. John Cena kicked out of 3, and he's the new WWE champion. And once again, he continues to shock the world, which I think is great for Brock Lesnar. So I can't wait to see what more things he can do. He's gaining a lot from the Undertaker's undefeated streak after ending the streak at WrestleMania. So I can't wait to see more of that, to say the least. So that's what I got to say to that. So SummerSlam was an excellent pay-per-view. Give it a B+. It was great to watch. I thought it was going to be bland pay-per-view, but, I'm excited. I enjoyed it. So that's what I got to say to that. Good pay-per-view, and some good matches were good, and it leaves me a lot left to desire for what's going to happen on Raw after SummerSlam. So I can't wait for that. So that's what I got to say to that. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the flip. Peace out.